Hey guys, it's me T coming at you. With a new podcast. Sorry, I didn't lose you there. I just wanted to I'm just gonna test out the waters here. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate it. This reading will be posted onto YouTube, the Illuminated Muse channel, right after, so you guys can listen to it whenever. And so I really appreciate it. All right. So, ooh, this is gonna be a good one. All right. I'm like wondering. Okay, I'm gonna turn on silence for a second. So give me 1 second, because yeah, that's just what I'm getting. Because obviously it sucks that music is not allowed on fucking Instagram. It so sucks. It so sucks. Even if you play the radio, it's like they're gonna shut you down if they fucking hear it. So I was like, I don't want to put this work in with it being shut down. All right, so always protect your work. Always protect your work. It's so big because it's your effort. It's your effort. It's your energy. So protect it as much as possible. All right, so I'm gonna just clear out these cards for a second. Give me just one moment. Alrighty. Thank you guys so much for joining. Alright, so, and thank you guys for being my helpful people in travel, because that just came up. Alright, awesome. This is going to be freaking fun. Alright, so, for those of you that don't know, I've been putting out these readings. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, because I haven't looked at my freaking dates, the one that I did last time, it's either for today's 3 o'clock p.m. or tomorrow's 3 o'clock p.m. into the following day. So we're going to have to look at my last previous post in terms of the video, which I didn't go back and do. I just kind of got on here, and actually Spirit told me I wasn't even prepared, and I was like, yeah, we're fucking doing it. So, long story short, that's what we're going to do. We're going to get just right into it and just apply it for the next day. If you look at my, if you are to look at my post on YouTube, you'll know exactly for sure what dates they are, because it'll be in the description, but I don't know as of right now, so sorry. All right, we're doing yin and yang cards though for the following next highest and best 3 p.m., which I think it is for today. So we shall talk about it. And actually, if you guys give me a moment, I can actually look into that pretty quickly. But let's not. Let's not. Let's just go with it. So, all right. Thank you for the hearts. All right. Actually, I'm kind of curious, but do I look into it? Okay, I'm getting do not. All right. So, really quickly, I'm just going to get into the reading. I'm not going to even, since I don't know the exact days that I labeled them as, we're just going to do kind of a Wise Fool reading, which is like pedal to the metal, and this is the reading for the 3 p.m. to 3 p.m., whatever days we're talking about. Okay. So, see, we're playing with imperfection. It's so much fun. All right, so the yin card, which would be the 3 p.m. and then like later, like 3 p.m. and after 3 p.m. would be romance. So that's the yin card. Now, romance can be your typical thing, and or romance can be your atypical thing, which is not, again, it's not like anti-romance. It's just like you're like, what is it called? Like sometimes it's like playing around with the universe. So you could be maybe in your romantic vibes. You can maybe, like sometimes romance means like, oh, you're making your space really romanticize, like, you know, beautiful and just kind of loving, you know what I'm saying? So what's the E word that I'm looking for when somebody calls you an enigma? Thank you, that's the E word that I'm looking for. So it could be like, this romance card could be an enigma, which could be kind of like also, I think, simultaneously like a controversy of sorts. And I'm not saying drama, because my shit is drama free all the fucking time. I don't, life brings you enough fucking chaos and drama that you really should be like on a clean diet of drama freeness, right? And that'll also help you be decluttered in your mind, especially if you are not a meditator, you know what I'm saying? So definitely be that all the time, as much as possible. This romance though card is making me feel that you're really loving life though right now. Like, you're really loving in how either you're being gratitude filled about it, and then you're also like, so you're basically being grateful for what it is right now that you have in the moment. You know, you're being proud of how far you've come. You're literally like romanticizing yourself. Like, maybe it's even like self-gratitude, you know what I'm saying? So if it's for today, which is Tuesday, I'm going to just play around with it. If it's for today, which is Tuesday, we're talking about wealth and empowerment in terms of 3 o'clock p.m. and on. And, or if it's for Wednesday, again, I got to check these dates that I'm applying this reading towards. It'll be for your health. So either which way, gratitude is super big in both of those categories, right? Both of those areas of life, of which, you know, pertain to Feng Shui and what I do. So my whole thing is, it's like, maybe you should, like, let's say you're feeling depressed, right? That actually came up this morning. Somebody was teaching me through social media, and I really liked his perspective. And I can't remember who it was, because I'll give him a shout out. I think it was like, fuck, I forgot his name is like Trenton something, right? And he's kind of like a male version of me in terms of like, when I give readings, I'm like a power bit. Like, I like power drive shit through you. Like, in terms of like good shit, the truth, like shit that you have to hear, like it gets like driven into you. It gets, I don't know how, it's touching, right? So it touches your soul. Like, I power drive it into your soul. And so he's kind of like that. But he was talking about depression, and he was saying that when you're in your darkness or in your lows, one of the things, I think he had like a video that was like 5 things to do in depression, and I was just like coming across it. And it was like, one of them was, you know, be in sincere gratitude of what you have right now, because gratitude actually does help you get the fuck out of it eventually. It might not be right now and in the moment, it kind of is putting the pre-work into what the light in your life is going to look like when it's to come. You know what I'm saying? So, by the way, guys, I love the chatting going on. Totally do your thing. I just can't partake because I get kicked out of channeling, so I'm not even going to read it. But thank you for being so, like, just free about what you want to talk about. And make sure it's also pertaining to this chat, because let's not, like, deviate. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, and then, you know, there's freedom, but there's also, like, consolidate your fucking freedom. You know what I'm saying? Like, live in a little bit of a container with a fucking top off. You know what I'm saying? With its top off. So, my whole thing is, and just have fun. That's the whole thing. It's like, have fun, be truthful, you know, in terms of, and respectful first and foremost, right? So, but I don't know what you guys are saying. That's why I have to say that. So, because I'm not like following, I'm not going to be the, what is it called? The micromanager. Hell no. Never going to be a micromanager in my life. But when it comes down to it, I do get pissed off when people like kind of, don't realize what human respect is. You know what I'm saying? Because that should piss me off. But long story short, that going back to Trenton was saying how also he goes, he said something, and I can't repeat it verbatim because I don't remember what it was, but it was something more so like, be great, or how I interpreted it was, whatever, was be grateful while you're like, even if you're like kind of depressed, so be grateful. But then also, you know, be very grateful for what the GOD is gonna, the Lordy is going to basically, what's it called? Deliver. He called it deliverance into your life, because everything is temporary, right? So that is a way I feel like, you know, we can all be romancing our lives a little bit, just to be fucking just deeply grateful. Just like, so again, meditation a lot of the times is sitting in just silence. This could also be a meditation where it's like, it's either sitting in silence or being in flow. And both can happen at the same time. And or one or the other, and or you pick and choose. But my whole thing is, I feel like you're like basically giving kudos to life in terms of, you know, how it needs to be, you know, received and granted and that type of thing. The Yang card, so that would be like the what is it called? Like the AM of the next day after that, whether it's Tuesday or Wednesday into Thursday or Thursday into Friday. It's like whatever it is, the next day, right? Which is the AM to the 3 p.m. is the opportunity. So this is really exciting, because this is such a good read. So we have romance as the yin card, and then opportunity as the yang card. And I feel as though this card is actually like super joy. So I feel like with this first card, you pumped up the energy or the life force or the life energy into something that maybe you did not have. And then you kind of just believed, is what I also want to say the romance card is, right? And then you ended up receiving this joy and or contentment and or material answer or spiritual answer, whatever you've kind of meditated about or put, like, you know, so release the stress about, or you asked for in terms of just what you want to receive. It kind of is like you see the light at the end of the tunnel. Now, also what I'm seeing is like, I feel like somebody's going to get an answer through their third eye. So it's kind of like the top of their head is like, there's an enlightenment that comes through, and they receive an answer of how to like obtain whatever they need to obtain. And they're just excited. Also, what's coming through, interestingly enough, is yoga. Yoga is something that you kind of have to, I feel, is helping you connect to the divine. And what's interesting here is I see a triangle pointing upwards, which is a yang triangle, masculine triangle. So more so what I see is, if you can picture this, I see like sparkled chicken nuggets, sparkled golden nuggets, right? Golden nugget pieces of actual gold, right? Crispy, right? So literally, I see it from both, like, from all points of the triangle. So it's so basically, if you're like looking at a pyramid, well, I'm gonna say if you're looking at the flat side of the pyramid, right? Maybe pyramid has something to do with it, but this is more so, there's a triangle of change happening when it comes to somebody's life, and I'm trying to tap into, okay, I'm hearing it's very soul worthy, so something maybe very meaningful is coming into your life, and it's joy filled, and it's soul touching, it's soul fulfilling, right? And this is also, I feel like this is like a relief. It's so fucking, it was so, I guess, needed and necessary, but you're so grateful for just how, like, it's like you're extra grateful. So the romance card I feel is like the, you know, foundational pre-gratitude that you're pumping into your life. And then like, the yang card is like sheer gratitude. It's like, shit, you're getting everything that you freaking asked for. It's so much joy, so much super joy is what I'm getting. And it's just kind of like you're just letting it in. So maybe there's like an open-heartedness about it. Because what I'm sensing is that this romance card is kind of like yin, interior. It is more so like maybe in the darkness you're like you're doing the behind the scenes where no one fucking sees you doing that type of work. And then all of a sudden, and I'm saying the positive work, and then all of a sudden the next day, you are seeing things just flow into your life. Like they're doing way more flowing. Oh, I love that. Be who you are. Yeah, absolutely. And be who you beautifully are, which is your highest and best self, right? So, and you always want to be working out of those energies because you don't want any regrets in your life. B, there's just so much more flow in your life where you don't even have to really kind of do the yoga and do, like, let's say, like, you don't have to, like, judge yourself in terms of not doing yoga, not doing meditation. By being a good person, being in your good character, you are being your highest and best self, right? Now, good character also can be an enigma because a lot of people think that, especially with feminines, and I don't know why that is, because maybe there's also an expectation where we're supposed to give everything from ourselves and like give all of ourselves to life. And honestly, in terms of being a person of both energy and adventure, I'm all down for that. However, you have to basically regulate that shit, and it's a lot of the time it's really the opposite. You have to kind of be more so the person that is your highest and best self all the time, which is, acting out of your good character, but which at like age 2. You know what I'm saying? This is not anything too crazy. Like, it's not, how to act right. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know how to act out of the positives very easily. So it's like just sticking to that is how you want to be. And that's your highest and best self. And that's your most beautiful self. But also, when it comes down to it, you do want to conserve your energy a lot of the time because of the fact that we also forget that we exude good energy, which is also doing something. And that's not to be confused with lazy or, not being proactive. Everything is a balance. And everything that you have as a blessing must be utilized. You know what I'm saying? This is why I personally love decluttering, because if you have so many blessings in your life, I want to fucking be able to see them. So whether that be like, and that's storage of any kind. So like, I like surface-based storage. I don't like deep storage because then you don't know what you fucking have, right? So surface-based storage could mean like, oh, you have a shallow refrigerator, because a deep refrigerator, for instance, like, you can pack everything into it and so many more things, but you just don't know. Like, at the end of the day, you're putting more work on yourself because you don't know what's fresh anymore. You don't know what's good anymore. Things end up in the back of the fucking, in the back of the refrigerator, things like that, right? So like, when you get old enough to where you're taking care of yourself, it's a mismanagement that can drive you nuts. You know what I'm saying? So you want to keep things simple. You want to keep things. This is also why I personally love, when we're talking about this romance card, I love displaying stuff beautifully. I love it because I want to enjoy it. I also want the surroundings to be enjoyable. And I also want that anybody who comes into my space, first of all, I want it to be like, where it's beautiful for other people to enjoy, but also I don't have to go crazy. If somebody's coming over, I'm not throwing like fucking my laundry in the fucking what is it called, bathtub. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no need to go crazy. There's just an ease, like an epic. I'm hearing an epic ease and flow, and I think that's where we're kind of heading towards. Is more so the full moon energies of Aquarius that kind of rattled us a little bit, and like literally, I feel cleansed a lot out of us in terms of our typical ways to look at life. It really decluttered our minds. Like there was so much air energy, like you could have been fucking going through in terms of really dark zones and really just heaviness. You know what I'm saying? Heavy mental stuff. Like that right now, I feel like is out of the way because we're like 3 or 4 days out of it, and now it has made room for what's important, which is romance, which you get to kind of slow down for. You know what I'm saying? This romance card is it's in the slow position. It's in the yin position, which is slow. And you could even feel that energetically. Like you can get up one day and you're like, oh, I feel that it's like a slow moving day. Like, or, you know, what else was I going to say? There's something else that wanted to come through there that was super yin that I was like, I couldn't really pick up on. But okay, anyway, it's not, maybe it'll come back in later. Who knows? But, basically also what I'm getting is that you're prepping for just all of your blessings to come in, like more of them to come in even. So when it's like, when it says opportunity, it's kind of like you're getting yourself ready, so that you don't have to, you're getting yourself ready so you can stay ready, as, Tiffany Haddish, comedian Tiffany Haddish says. So she's like, you know, she don't got to get ready because she stay ready. You know what I'm saying? So she ready. And I am excited by that because that is really, that adds to just the really good epic flow of it all, where it's like, you know, you feel confident, you feel calm is definitely a highlighted keyword there, but I was going to say cool, calm, and collected, right? Cool, calm, collected, and calm. That's basically how, and I'm also going to add content in there because that's a joy, that's a happiness. And content is like when you're grateful and you know that everything all good is to be trusted. And you're attracting all the good because you're confident that you're putting out the good. And anything that isn't good will like show itself in the end in terms of, you know, like it's not for you, or it's going to die out real quick, or it's going to try and it's not going to prosper on you. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe it might try you, but it's not going to prosper. So that's the confidence that it all gives you in terms of just being at your in your flow. You know, there is. Okay, so I'm also sensing like huge, and this also could be solar flares, but I'm getting that like from the God, there's like a lot of like solar, what do I want to call it? It's like, so there might be like solar flares going on. There's something with the sun. Maybe there's like a lot of will, but also, give me 1 second, because I think I'm getting like solar blessings. So it's like so weird. Like, and I don't know how it's coming through, but it's coming through with like kind of like meteorites, like golden nugget meteorites. But like obviously that wouldn't be a good thing, but this also could be very energetic. Oh, maybe it's coins. That's how I'm seeing it as. Okay. So the sun god is basically definitely sending you some coin. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a sign like a 10, I was gonna say a piece of 10 cents, a 10-cent dime, you know, in the States, in terms of on the ground as a sign, or like a whole bunch of like change dropping. But what I'm also sensing from here is like, I know the sun is a star, it's considered a star, but there is a golden star that like actually is like steps out in front of the sun, and I'm seeing like in the middle of this golden star there's like a third eye, which is so interesting. So it's like, it's kind of like, so I don't know if like an intuitive star is like coming forward or something along those lines. Like I don't know if it's, but it literally might be, okay. This is what I'm definitely getting. It's like from the first card, the romance card, into opportunity, there is a, like, I'm going to say at the tip of the morning of the second day of this reading, there's literally like, so there's like romance, but then there's like somebody coming out of, like, basically the sun is the masculine, the star is the feminine, and somehow the sun, and these are two people I'm talking about, and the sun is literally kind of pushing the star to be in front of it, if that makes any sense. So it's kind of like, so, and when I say man and woman, I mean like masculine and feminine energies, but I also do sense, like, I don't know if it's like in my world or if it's going to be in your world. I don't know. We have to like figure it all out. But the whole thing is, it's like, in my world, it would be a masculine and feminine. In your world, it could be, you know, energies we're talking about. But I am sensing strongly, and I'm going to reiterate it just because it's coming from me in my world, is that it's a masculine that's definitely allowing the feminine to step in front of him, and then also step into the kind of like into the light instead of being in the shadow, which is really interesting because if you think about it, romance happens in, it's very intimate, right? A lot of the times, like behind closed doors, you know what I'm saying? And maybe two people are meeting like today, or being attracted to one another today, or in the background scenes of it all, and people don't know. It's like hush hush. But then it's kind of like when it comes out. Do I talk about it? Okay, it's kind of like this. I'm going to give you an example. It's like Prince Harry and his wife Meghan, right? It's kind of like Prince Harry was always the sun, right? And he was always like the spotlight. Everybody like wanted him, and he was like the celebrity, right? But she, in her own realm, and in actuality, she was a star, right? Like in terms of she was a semi-celebrity, I guess, right? Or, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know. She was a celebrity, but she wasn't as like big as he was, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, but it's as if, like, let's say we take a Prince Harry, and like Prince Harry is like, I'm not going to say ever since he got married, but it's kind of more so, maybe a marriage is happening, like a unity or a togetherness is happening behind the scenes, but then it's like being stepped out into the sunlight, where the masculine actually gives the feminine more light, like kind of like, listen, you lead the way. I like know what the sun is all about. So it's kind of like, even maybe, I'm going to say like a protectiveness, but also it's kind of like giving over some of the light, or allowing the divine feminine type of light to shine, right? To glow. And so basically it's kind of like, and this bitch is receiving, by the way. This is like this chick in this card is like, yep, I'm going to receive it, because I guess she's done the work. And I'm going to say he or she, right? Because it can definitely be, the energies, has done the work, but I'm really being adamant about the feminine. So I don't know why I'm going back and forth, but I'm just saying, she, because we're talking about the divine feminine energies, she is literally receiving and is totally okay with it. And it's not to say that, like, for instance, Harry and Meghan, right? Harry's still a fucking celebrity. If anything, he's still he's still the same type of powerful celebrity, whether he's with a, you know, celebrity star type of thing, and whether or not he is with her or not, right, in the same setting. It's like they both have their own light. So my whole thing is, this is like kind of sort of a very cool power couple coming into play, and I love it. And why I went into the whole Harry thing again is because I feel as though I'm talking about the sun people, the sun gods, the sun guys, okay, that are literally allowing, like literally being so self-confident within themselves to like where it's like they still shine no matter what, so you can't really take the fucking shine out, you know what I'm saying? So they're very confident in their own shine, and yet they're kind of allowing the and they're used to it already, right? I think that was very specific, that needed to come out. So they're used to it already, but like now they're having one of the stars that they have chosen to be with, or whatever, in terms of a romantic way, to actually come out into the spotlight with them, and that's like not to shun out his, like, he knows that it wouldn't shun out his light, it would just make her more of a star, and then more of a, you know, quote unquote yin and yang couple, but not even yin and yang. This is like weird, because it could be romantic, but I also sense, like, you know, like the sun god, we can be talking about a godfather. This could be in spirit, where, you know, a father could be really kind of pushing their quote unquote daughter into the spotlight, right? Maybe he was a very big energy up in this world, you know, when he was around, and now he's really radiating his shine out onto the daughter. Because why I say son and daughter is because it's like the sun god, the godfather, right? And it could be godfather and niece, like that type of thing. It really could be that, like godfather, god niece, you know what I'm saying? But I also sense, because if it was yin and yang in terms of romance, it would be kind of like the sun and the moon, you know what I'm saying? But this is more so like a star is, to me, it's a little bit of a, even though it's like its own entity, it's still like its own self, you know what I'm saying? And it's, I want to say that I sense a younger energy. So like the god is like the sun god is very wise. The star is more so wise in her own way. It's just like a younger energy vibe. So there is somebody being pushed into the light, and I feel as though both A teams, but especially the A team of the daughter essence, is literally, or of like, you know, the youthful essence. I feel like the A team of the youthful essence is literally blessing this happening, or this enjoyment, right? And maybe there's an enjoyment of it all. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, I had to do that. Wow, this is so weird. Okay, so sorry, it's just so weird on my end, because I know like what I went through. Okay. I don't know what this is, but it's like I'm getting OPP. Okay, so it could be the, you know, the rap star OPP, but I'm also getting like port. So I don't know if there's like an OPP port. I don't know what that means. OPP port and then unity. I have to. Yeah, and then the T. I'm seeing the T. So I don't know what this all is, but let me just see. There's something. Okay, so there is definitely like, I'm seeing the T and opportunity splitting the two sides of the word, right? So it's like apport, and then, well, I'm going to say appor, right? Appor, and then unity. So that's so fucking crazy, huh? So maybe two people are poor in a certain way, but they come together to create like I said, like a super union, okay? So, or the way that can come through also is like, you know, Rihanna's song, we found love in a hopeless place. I feel like that could be something of where it's like there's just like the hopeless place is like the poor place, you know what I'm saying? And yet there's like unity that ends up happening. And what I also think here, very interestingly enough, is that there's a strike of that, like there's like a strike within somebody's soul flame, or there's a strike within somebody's soul flame that just fucking gets lit up. And like these blessings that are coming from above, it literally like hits it. Literally, there's something that hits the soul, strikes the flame of the soul, in the person that is receiving. So I want to say, going back to like the TikTok, immediately yes. It's an immediate yes. And so the whole thing is because there's something striking that like that literally turns this soul on fire about either this scenario or this person or this idea, or this, you know. And maybe it's also, what I want to say is like two people colliding in terms of not compromise, but when you kind of do artsy stuff with somebody, what is it called? I forgot. Not compromise, but like, damn, I can't think of it. Hold on one second. I can't think of it. Let me just drink some water. Maybe it'll come to me. Collaboration. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for your water. Okay, so collaboration. Yeah, maybe there's two people coming together in like true type of collaboration where it could be artistry, and it like sets off like a whole bunch of like meow meow meow, like, you know, DJ Gold, you know what I'm saying? DJ Audio Gold. What was I gonna say? Yeah, and I do see celebration, so this definitely could be a celebration, even as an opportunity. And yo, guys, let me just tell you something. I just put out a piece of art on my Instagram that is now available for purchase, and literally this card of opportunity has so much vibe to it, like in terms of like it literally, like it could be easily synced up to this card. So if you resonate with it, it really could bring a lot of, maybe that's why I drew it, to kind of go into more detail of how you can receive, you know. It's very interesting. Receive new beginnings, start to new opportunities, that type of thing, maybe even collaboration. So anything that I said about this card, maybe that is not transferred over, but it has a lot to do with that piece of art that I just drew. And I'm actually getting so much heat as I'm saying that, so I believe that that's a confirmation for sure. All right, so I think we're done with this reading, and so enjoy it and enjoy this really good reading. I love delivering these fucking awesome messages, but I also love delivering the truth messages too. It's just funny because with the optimal messages, it's like, I feel like they're shorter because like it's kind of more self-explanatory, and then like anytime like the readings get like real in terms of just a little bit of heaviness, like having to go through a little bit of heaviness or a little bit of darkness, that's when I feel like the readings get a little bit longer, because I have to really delve into the details of like how to get through it, you know. But even with this opportunity card, what I'm going to leave you with is, the other day I was thinking to myself, I'm very grateful for how life in general is like a fucking jungle, and you having to literally machete the shit out of it, right? it's like it's such a chaotic, like, it's such chaos, it's such a struggle, it's such like, there's like so much heat and uncomfort to it. And I literally was just saying to the universe, no matter how fucking like of a mess or a jungle, right, which has its rhyme and reason to it as well, no matter how freaking crazy it gets, like, I'm so grateful for it, because there's always that opportunity that comes when you defeat the mess of the jungle, or when you clean up the jungle. This also could be mean. Let me just say something. Sexually wise, this also could mean that you need to clean up your jungle down there, okay? Because you need to get ready for romance. I think that's also a part of the reading. So, you know what I'm saying? So the whole thing is, it's like, you know, I think we're in such clear, we're in the clear right now in terms of things that have been dealt with this full moon energies, that you've dealt with as much as you could, you cleaned up as much as you could, and now it's kind of like, it's your time to literally shine, and or literally be in love, and or literally radiate, you know, from the content to the joy all the way through. Anything also in the middle, like, that's what you're going to be, you know, radiating on a very real note, on a very genuine note. So, so this is your preparation. You know what I'm saying? Definitely go get prepped today. It's exciting. I feel jubilation, like I said, celebration, jubilation, like, and go feel proud of yourself that you fucking got through it, you know, and go feel grateful that no matter the, like I said, the chaos or the darkness or the, you know, messiness of life that, like, you really know better about, that really kind of brought you down even more, because you're like, this fucking shit is so unnecessary. And you're like, maybe even livid about, because it's so unnecessary. But, like, I guess in this life it is necessary, because it's the yin to the yang. You know what I'm saying? And so, long story short, just get ready for more of a flow. That's basically what it is. And and more of a free flow is what's coming through. So, and that's exciting. So go dance, go laugh, go play, go live. Go enjoy, and really, like, and all in the same, get shit done, but also, you know, just take the time to do you, if that is what you created for yourself, extra time, okay? So, which I feel like should always be the end goal, honestly speaking, if you know what to do with your time, because if you don't, then don't create more time. Because listen, it's like, it'll get you fucking miserable. You know what I'm saying? You can't be miserable when you have a lot of time. With your time, you have to like keep playing. You know what I'm saying? So so anyhow, and spend time. That's what I'm seeing right now. So you have to spend time doing things, like, so when you have a lot of time, you have to spend it doing, do you see how that's pretty cool? That's like money. So you have time, but you have to spend it to then make more time. Like, you have to spend time doing, like, positive things to, like, create more time, if that makes any sense. So that you, like just give life its time, you know, and give yourself time in this lifetime to really kind of create more time for yourself, to then get more creative and things like that. So, I don't know if that made any sense, but it made sense in my head. So yeah, and what I wanted to add there is spend time doing things for yourself, like, not only in creativity, but just more so for your body, for your, you know, everything that is foundational, that, like, for movement is what I want to say, for movement. Create time for movement, because that's when you really feel, I had actually heard that from somebody recently, that's when you really feel in the flow, when you're in the movement. I think it's one of the people that I'm linked to on Facebook. Yeah, and so thank you for sharing that on your post, if you are going to listen to this and you know who you are. But yeah, that's when you'll feel more in the free flow of things, and also that's when you'll feel your Lottie or your creator, you know, you and them collaborate collaborating, which comes back to the opportunities. So this is exciting. You know what I'm saying? So this is beautiful, actually. I know I wanted to end with the romance, but the romance that, okay, so this is simply put, romance is coming in, and then your opportunities with the romance are absolutely going to be very bountiful, very plentiful. What I'm seeing in the romance card is definitely a dove, which is fucking phenomenal because a dove was a sign for me today. So it might just be a sign for you guys today as well. In terms of either like gift giving or just, you know, just something that you might see in nature, you know, it'll mean something to you when you see it. So, but also I do feel as though it is the glow of the auric sun today that sends you that. So there, it is the Lori's aura that sends you that, so that it kind of is like, is a confirmation that like you have reached a peace within yourself so that you can peacefully love another in terms of romantic vibes, which is the slowdown, which is, you know, just you being romantic, just like within and of yourself. And I feel like prior to this day, there was a lot of chaotic vibrations that really didn't let you slow down. And it could have been like doubtfulness. It could have been like freaking out. You could have felt these vibrations come in actually really strong with these full moon energies. So it might have been like a tit for tat. Like you might have been, you know, decluttering energies out of you, but then you're also receiving, you know, the whole romance energies that you don't even, like if you're a heart, like if you've been a serial worker, you know what I'm saying? You might not have been used to these energies coming through. So it might have rattled you like on a very, really real severe level. But now it's kind of like today you're like, okay, you're flowing. And the result of all of that chaosness and the decluttering and the replenishment of it and the fulfillment of it, it like literally allowed you to, I'm actually seeing a sea turtle. It's like you're now like breezing, you know what I'm saying? Like in the waters, you're just like drifting. You're like being slow, but you're moving. And so that like calmness allows you to receive not only your romance, you know, your romantic partner or whatever, and I'm going to say life partner, romantic life partner, but you're also in the like, I think you're open-hearted, but you're also open. Your life has opened up to like different opportunities that can come in with that, because when love comes out, you know, when true love happens, it can do anything. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? So this is such a powerful read. I'm glad I went a little bit more in the flow of that. Also, what I'm getting is it's like a flame. It's a very hot romance. Like, I think like two people might be like, I don't know exactly what the whole twin flamey thing is about, but I think it might be like two people are really hot for each other. But with that, I'm also going to say like, you have to feel out whether that's genuine or not, or long lasting or not. And you have to figure out within yourself what you're going to accept and not accept. I can tell you, I'd like, it's so funny. It's like, I'd be willing to, but I'd actually negate that. Like, I'd be like, nah, because like my whole thing is, I love a full package. I do. I love a full package. I've worked very hard to create that within and of myself. So, and when I'm seeing the whole sun aura, it's around and it looks like, and I feel like maybe even this is somebody's eyes, right? Like an eye that comes through and it's like, oh my God, maybe like there's like brightness in somebody's eyes, or like when they see you, they're all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it's coming through. So it's kind of like when they see you, it's like, oh God, you know what I'm saying, from the cartoon. So like, that's how I feel like, you know, maybe this romance could happen today. I don't know. But it's very funny because when it's delivered to you, it's kind of like the masculine gets broken down, and like not in a bad way, but like the masculine, like whoever does the awooga, which I feel like needs to happen that way, then gets they crumble, like this love makes them crumble, but it makes them crumble into like gold pieces. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like a bad thing. It goes from like the ethers to like now material. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, so it's actually kind of a beautiful way to put it. And it's a very high vibrational love because it's really kind of sent from the heavens, from the ethers, now, bringing itself down into reality. And it's a beautiful thing. The dove here has I can keep going, honestly, but I'm like, do I keep going? All right, I'm getting no. So there was something pointed out to me, but I honestly, I think I'm gonna hold off on that. Do I hold off? Yeah, okay, I'm getting yes. So take it easy, guys. Have a great day. Have a great 2 days forward, and we will talk soon. Bye.